Former President Trump did not take part in the debate here on News Nation. Instead, he attended a private campaign fundraiser in Florida last night. Today, the former president is in New York, attending his civil fraud trial as more than 2 months of testimony winds down. News Nation's Laura Ingle is live outside of that courthouse in Lower Manhattan. Laura, we've already heard from the former president today.
Good afternoon. Yeah, not exactly everything we wanted to hear or expecting to hear today, but in fact, the former president arriving here today to attend this trial, as you mentioned, but with no mention of the debate last night. In fact, our producer, Mavish Khan, asking twice in the courthouse hallway if he had anything to say about what we witnessed last night, and he did not answer. Instead, talking about Letitia James, giving a couple of verbal jabs as he does, and a second time, no answer on that as well. Instead, he seems to be focused on the key witness at hand. This is somebody that he wanted to be here today to see inside of the courthouse and in the courtroom testifying on his behalf, a witness that was called by his defense team. And the Republican 2024 presidential frontrunner is gearing up, as we know, for another turn on the witness stand. That will happen on Monday, and he chose to be here today as a spectator. He spoke with reporters twice, though, so far in the courthouse hallway. Here's what he said.
What are we doing here? This is a political witch hunt. This is meant to influence an election. This also comes from the White House. This is not just a state matter, because the White House is controlling district attorneys.
Eric Trump was an expected witness this week, we should mention, but he ended up not being called by the defense team. Trump decided they wouldn't need to call Eric Trump back to the stand, saying that the court has already heard sufficient evidence from him previously at this trial. Now, as you mentioned, Nichole, we are nearing at the end of this legal court battle that has lasted more than 2 months already, as Mr. Trump continues to fight against the allegations by the New York State Attorney General, who claims that he inflated his net worth to secure better bank loans. The case brought by Attorney General Letitia James also scrutinizes Trump's entire real estate empire that is also threatening to block him from doing business in this state. Mr. Trump's defense called an accounting professor as a witness this morning to testify about financial topics important to the case. Eli Bartov of the NYU Stern School of Business told the court that in his expert opinion, there was no evidence of accounting fraud, and that when the former president may have overstated the value of a penthouse apartment, for example, it was a mistake, not fraud. Donald Trump will be the last witness on Monday. Then closing arguments are not expected until January 11th. A decision in this case not expected until the end of January. So still a long way to go, but a very big day coming on Monday. Nichole?
A very big day ahead. All right, Laura Ingle, thank you. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.